what's your expectations for this current trip? As a rising star in political circles, how do you evaluate bilateral ties?
We believe it is time that we restart people-to-people relationships, and also not only strengthen the bilateral relationship, not only the political party or the government to government, but also make sure that the message goes across to the masses as well in both countries, because Sri Lanka-China has been a long-standing friends, and the benefits has been reciprocal for both sides. And China has stood by Sri Lanka during difficult times. Likewise, Sri Lanka has always believed in one China policy.
We know Sri Lanka was one of the first countries to align its development strategy with the Belt and Road Initiative. And 10 years on, the Foreign Minister of Sri Lanka has now embarked a journey to China. So what positive outcomes do you think or do you expect it from this visit?
At the current outset, the Foreign Minister visiting Beijing, and hopefully the Sri Lankan President will visit towards the end of the year. So where we can rethink about strengthening our cooperation through free trade agreements and many other strategical development projects, mutual benefit for both countries.
During his trip to Japan this May, Sri Lanka President said his country would like to apply to join the RCEP trade agreement. He said Asian countries are not only allied to the West, but also supporters of China's BRI. That is a clear example of how more and more countries are refusing to take sides. How do you understand this trend?
I think we should not look at whether it's West, East, South, or Asia, or it's whether it's any other continental, but it has to be based on the mutual interest of both countries and other development partners globally. And I don't think it's correct to state a country or a party or a government is aligned to West or East. It's all about the prioritizing what you need for the people of your own country.
IMF data suggests that debt from China makes up only 3.5% of the Sri Lanka's total debt, and also while the West and Japan account for majority. So how do you think? What's your take on China's the so-called debt trap diplomacy?
It's all about geopolitics. So unfortunately, for last 2 decades, Sri Lanka has been a victim. Most of the infrastructure that they're talking of restructuring are developed by the Chinese funds. So if it is a trap, who is going to come and invest? Why do they have to invest? Simply, it's not because it's a profitable venture or it's a lucrative business, and because the strategic location has been used properly, they're looking at restructuring and getting investments in.